Well, hello, vintage outboard motor fans. This is T-Mike here on Toledo Bend Lake. I'm making another video today. Today's video is going to be episode 4 of the 9.7 motor. Episode 4 of the 9.7 motor. So, real quickly to go over where we're at. Episode 1, it wouldn't pull. It was hard to pull. Gear case, took the gear case off. That solved it. Didn't have spark. Took the magneto apart, found a push pin that was stuck. I greased it up, got spark. And then we went on to fix the gear case. Found the gear case all gummed up, had to make a gasket for it, got it back on. So as of episode 3, we were moving into the fuel, to get fuel to it. Well, got a problem. Went to check spark again and no spark. Push pin problems again. So we're gonna fix the spark, and then we're going to put the fuel to it, see if we can get her started in this episode. If everybody's ready, here we go. Okay, so no spark. Well, spark on one side. Spark on 2 cylinders, not on the other one. And there's 2 sets of points in there that provide spark for each 2 cylinders. It's a 4-cylinder engine. So I took her apart, and I see where the problem is. That push pin that was gummed up in episode 1, now it's wore out and I can't find that part anywhere. Can't find that push pin for that magneto anywhere, but I got a plan. I'm gonna take you up close inside and show you what's going on and see the fix that I came up with. Here we go. All right, so here's the 2 points I'm talking about. See that push pin right there? Watch when I turn it. See it open up? That push pin gets to the wide part of the camshaft and it opens the points. That one's working. Look at this one. It's damaged. And when it gets to its point of opening up, it opens it, but not hardly enough. See, there it closes. So this push pin is damaged. I'm going to pull it off and show you. And I got the magneto off so you can see how it's damaged. I'm going to take the good one off. And there's the good one on the good side. See the bad one, how it's damaged? The end is crushed. It's no longer the same distance. See how it's shorter? That's the problem. I need that pin and I can't find it. Well, I took my calipers and I measured it. And it is a 3/16 diameter. I have a 3/16 diameter rod right here. What I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'm going to measure the length and I'm going to cut it and round the edges off like this one is. And that's what I'm going to use for a push pin. I know it's not the right thing to do, but it's all I got. I can't find that part. I'm still looking. So I'm going to make that modification, try to make me a pin. We're making us a push pin for the magneto. We do sometimes, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, so I took my 3/16 rod and I measured and I made a push pin. The exact diameter and length of the bad one, of the good one here. This is the bad one that's crushed. All right, I made it on my bandsaw, grinded the edges to make it look exactly right, but when I put it in the magneto, it did not work. And I think the reason is it's grounding out because it's a solid piece of steel, and these have a non-conductive material on each end. which keeps the ground from grounding out the circuit. I think it's not going to work because it's grounding it out. So I'm still looking for that part. I actually got a call into Chris. He said he thinks he found that part and he's going to mail it to me. So we'll see if I get that part. Well, looky here. Chris, the owner of that motor, actually found somebody that had those old parts. Here's the part right here. And it's the right part. So I'm going to replace that. Put the push pins in here and bring it over to my motor there. Put it on and see if we get spark. Wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, I got the mag plate on. And if I rotate the magneto, if you look at the distance, look at the distance that it opens it here on that side, and let's compare it to this other side when it opens. See the distance that this side opens? Looks pretty equal to that side, so I'm thinking we're going to get spark. I'm thinking if I put it all back together, we'll get spark. So let's do that now. Okay, I got my magneto installed. Got my spark checker. Had to make some special clips because it's not the standard type. It's the old spade tip type, so I made a boot to go on my spark checker, and I got it on both sides. It's a 4-cylinder, and when I pull the rope, I don't know if you'll see it from there, but I got spark on all 4 cylinders. Yes sirree, Sparkarunio. Alright, so now we got the spark problem fixed. We're back to the point of we fixed the gear case, we fixed the spark. Now we're gonna put fuel to it. I cleaned the carb. I took the carb off and I've cleaned it already. All I gotta do is take the gas tank outside and it looks pretty pristine. I'm gonna run some water through it, some fuel through it, shake it, put some rocks in it, shake it, empty it out, run some water through it, shake it, empty it out until the water comes out clear with no particles in it. And when it does that, I'll video that and show you that. When it's perfectly clear, we're gonna install the gas tank on it, run the 2 fuel lines to it, and give her a crank, see if she'll pop. So here we go with that next step. Okay, we're gonna clean the gas tank now. I'll tell you how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna spray some water inside. I'm gonna slosh it around. I'm gonna pour it into a clear container. What we're looking for is rust flakes, like this right here. Flakes in the water. As long as we have flakes in the water, it's not clean. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw in a handful of small rocks. Hear me in there? I'm gonna put a bunch of water in. I'm gonna slosh it around. So the water is knocking off the rust flakes. Tell you what, it's in pretty good shape. I don't see too much. But I'm gonna do it a few times. Get it all perfectly clean. That baby's cleaned out. I'm gonna let it dry now and we'll be able to put it on the motor. Okay, I got my gas tank. Here, I took some fuel and I pumped it in from a gas tank, filled up the tank, and I pulled the rope, and look what happens. It runs. Yes, it runs. I didn't run it long because I don't have it in the barrel. Just wanted to make sure everything was working on it, and it runs. Wow. So, man, what a great, I love it, love it, love it. So the gear case was jammed up. We got that all fixed. Had to make a gasket. Took the carburetor off, cleaned it. Had no spark. Had to replace one of the push pins in it. Got that done. Got the gas tank cleaned and got her in the shop. She runs like a baby. So that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, which will be episode 5, we're going to have her outside in the barrel running, and then we're going to take her, and then we've got to take it completely apart and clean it, paint it, and decal it, and put it back together. What a journey. I love it when a plan comes together. I enjoyed this episode. See y'all in the next episode. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you did, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button and catch all my videos. You know, my passion are these vintage outboard motors. Johnson and Evinrude, 1950s, 60s, and 70s, 3 horsepower to 18 horsepower. I think I have all the videos, over 500 videos, on everything you need to know to repair, service, and restore your vintage outboard motors. I have all the parts, all the videos, and all the parts manuals for you to do that. I love what I do. The best way to reach me is on my website, tmikevintageoutboards.com. You go to that website, I have links for everything you need. I have links for all the parts you need. If you don't know the parts you need, there's a link called the Parts Broker where you can fill out the form and submit it to me, and I'll find your part for you. All right. I also have a link for a mail-in repair service where you can ship me your carburetor, your gear case, or your magneto. I'll repair it, video it, put it on YouTube, and ship it back to you. I also have a link for technical consulting. If you have a question, just fill out the link. There's a donation page if you want to help pay T-Mike, and I'll answer your question and get back to you. That's the best way to reach me, is on my website, tmikevintageoutboards.com. I love what I do. It's been a great ride. And remember, always remember, and never forget, here at T-Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time.